Hey everyone, welcome back to AI and Me, Living with Smart Tech. I'm Sarah Mitchell, here with Ravi Sharma. Today we're diving into a topic that's honestly everywhere right now, how kids are living with AI, both at home and in school.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, listeners. Yeah, this is one of those things where, you think it's just about gadgets, but then you realize, wait, my niece is literally asking Alexa for help with her math homework. It's wild.
Totally. I mean, for a lot of kids, their first brush with AI isn't some fancy robot. It's just like Siri answering a question or a smart toy that talks back. It's so normal for them, but for us, it still feels a little sci-fi, right?
Absolutely. And it's not just at home. Did you see what they're doing in Los Angeles? The school district rolled out this AI chatbot called Ed to 100 schools. It's supposed to be a learning companion for students. I mean, that's a big leap from the old computer labs we had growing up.
Yeah, Ed is everywhere in those schools now. Some kids love it, but a lot of them don't really get what AI actually is. It's just like another tool. But that makes me wonder, are we teaching them enough about what's going on under the hood?
That's the thing. So, my niece, she's in Bangalore. She asked Alexa to help her with her homework, and it turned into this whole family debate. My sister was like, "Is this cheating?" And my dad, who's old school, said, "Back in my day, we had to look things up in books." I mean, where do you draw the line between using a tool and, just letting the tool do the thinking for you?
I love that story. And honestly, it's not just your family. I think a lot of parents are having those same debates. Like, is it okay for a kid to ask Siri for the answer, or should they figure it out themselves? And then you add in these AI-powered toys that can, tell stories or even help with spelling. It's a lot to process.
Yeah. And as we talked about in our last episode, AI is changing jobs and industries, but here it's changing how kids learn and play. It's not just about the future workforce, it's about how kids are growing up right now.
So let's get into the tricky stuff. I mean, it's great that kids have these tools, but there are some real risks, right? Like over-reliance on AI for homework. If a chatbot is doing all the thinking, are kids actually learning?
Exactly. And it's not just about learning, there are privacy issues too. These devices collect data, and sometimes, honestly, we don't even know what they're storing or how it's being used. Plus, there's the risk of misinformation. AI can get things wrong, and kids might not always catch that.
And cyberbullying. I read that some AI tools can be used to spread rumors or target kids online. It's a whole new layer of stuff for parents to worry about. There was this survey from Common Sense Media. Almost 75% of teens are using generative AI for homework, but less than half of parents even know about it. That's a huge gap.
Yeah, and that gap is kind of scary. I mean, it's like when social media first took off, adults were always a step behind. Now, it's happening again with AI. Parents might not realize their kids are using ChatGPT or whatever for every essay or assignment.
That reminds me, I interviewed a mom last month who found out her daughter was using ChatGPT for all her essays. She was shocked. So now they do these tech-free dinner nights where they just talk, no devices allowed. She said it was awkward at first, but now it's their favorite part of the week.
I love that. It's such a simple idea, but it makes a difference. And I think, parents can't just wait for schools or the government to figure this out. They have to get involved, ask questions, set some boundaries. It's not about banning AI, but about teaching kids how to use it responsibly.
Yeah, and it's not just about rules. It's about conversations. Like asking kids, how did you use that tool? What did it help you with? Did you check if the answer was right? That kind of thing. It's a lot, but it's so important.
So, looking ahead, how do we actually prepare kids for a world where AI is everywhere? Experts say the big thing is teaching critical thinking, like don't just accept what the chatbot says. Ask, who made this? Could it be wrong? What's the source?
Yeah, and talking about ethics too, like, is it fair to use AI for everything? What about privacy and, who controls the data? I read about a workshop in Los Angeles where students and parents got together to learn how ed works and to actually question it. Like, who's behind this? What happens to my info? That's the kind of stuff we need more of.
Definitely. And it's interesting. Some surveys show that Black and Latino teens are actually more engaged with AI than other groups, and Black parents tend to see AI's impact more positively. I think that shows how different communities are finding their own ways to use these tools, sometimes in really creative ways.
Yeah, and when kids talk about AI in school, they end up with a more balanced view. Not just AI is awesome or AI is scary, but something in between. I guess the takeaway is we can't just hand kids these tools and hope for the best. We have to help them ask questions, think critically, and use AI in ways that actually help them grow.
Exactly. And, it's not about being perfect. Parents and teachers are learning too. But if we keep the conversation going, set some boundaries, and encourage kids to think for themselves, I think we're on the right track.
Well, that's all for today's episode. Thanks for joining us as we try to untangle this whole kids and AI thing. There's so much more to explore, so we'll definitely be coming back to this topic in future episodes.
Thanks, Sarah. And thanks to everyone listening. If you have stories or questions about how your family is using AI, send them our way. Until next time, take care.
Bye, Ravi. Bye, everyone. See you next time on AI and Me.